Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. EA didn't drop, Nintendo's gonna drop. But let's talk about this Nintendo stuff. Um, when I saw the showcase of the Nintendo Switch 2 announcement, the game was not that bad. I thought it was decent kind of showcase Nintendo games, and they did a good job presenting this kind of game. There's some certain area they should just put maybe a more indie title like I don't know the Silk Song game. They should have put it on the main show as like surprise or surprise drop this year, but they just said put in on that trailer on the random like compilation of games that going to come out this year. But let's not talk about the the showcase itself, but the whole thing, the console itself. The console was not that bad. I think I'm half that skepticism about those magnets. Are they strong or are they going to wear out? I don't know. They have that latch on the back, but have to push it or just I have still have skepticism, but I think they show it good. I don't mind really. And after that, the pricing is $450, which is fine to a certain degree. Don't get me wrong, but when Nintendo Switch 1 came out, it was $300, and it became one of the successes after the disaster launch of Wii U. They bounced back with this kind of reasonable price kind of hardware, even though the hardware is not that good in a certain degree. It's like a lack of like they in comparison like PlayStation 3, like the old generation, the last generation, but it's still respectable. They put out games, a lot of good games, and I want to buy like Nintendo Switch, but I didn't have still have a dream to buy that, but I didn't. I instead bought a PlayStation 5. But right now, the value, like I want to read this uh, Verge article by Andrew Webster. The value proposition of the Nintendo Switch 2 may seem pretty clear, but it's much more obvious when you use one. Nintendo's new console, the Switch, but slightly bigger and slightly better, and that has been apparent since the device was first revealed in January in mostly detail-free presentation. Now we finally have some of those details, like the specs, price, and release date. Okay, the specs. I want to see the specs. The specs, 1080p, 120 hertz. When you have, they have like these certain uh, specs. If you go 4K dock, maybe you could get that 60 FPS. Six, yeah, it's not 60 FPS. Maybe 60 FPS. No, 60. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Alright, I was just bamboozled or just flabbergasted on how. To me, I'm excited, but I don't know because how pricey it was. But it was 120 hertz display, 4K dock. They finally go 4K. They should have done that with the Switch OLED, but they didn't. They just changed the screen, mouse mode, and more. So the spec like 6.5 hours of battery life. With footnote that says these are rough estimates. The battery life will depend on games you play. Has 256 gigabyte internal storage. Switch the first launch 32 gigabytes, which is really weird at the time. I don't know if that happened with Switch. The Switch do they have like 128 back then during 2017? I don't know. I don't know about internal storage back then, especially I think they do, but what am I saying right now? Just that 32 in 2017, it's not good. But they have like another storage. You can put the SD card up to 1 terabyte. As shown in the Switch 2 initial reveal trailer, it also has two USB-C port for connecting accessories, and yeah, one up at the top, one at the bottom. When using the dock, you can play games. So yeah, 60 FPS. Yeah, that's what I say. What am I on when the first time I read those? And then the C button, it was like a Discord thing. On the trailer, it was like wow, really, really rough. The quality is not that great, but I think it had like moments. I hope just they keep updating it and then don't mess it up. Keep this thing like accessible wherever you are, but whenever you play the game, make it accessible, and then keep updating it, so we can maybe not see those laggy performance. And when we share our gameplay to a person or a friend, 1080p resolution will be great. The game card will be switch to will be red, change for the black cards. The region, the system also support micro SD express card. Now I'm gonna talk about this later, but uh, there's two new Pro Controller 2, and then the tech specs side also say the system has custom processor made by Nvidia, which is okay, cool, with DLSS ops, if I remember correctly. They said Nintendo officially revealed the Nintendo Switch 2 in a brief video in January. In the video, arguably the only spec that Nintendo stated was that the console would be backward compatible with Switch original cards. I hope they put time and effort on those backwards compatibility. I think it's good for gamers to, especially Nintendo fan who owns a lot of their games and then play all the games on Switch 2 on Go. But I don't know. We'll see. And then I'm going to talk about the upgrade, especially Zelda. I think Zelda 1, 2, uh, and then the Mario game, if I remember correctly, Jamboree. And then you also see that it had a new way to connect Joy-Con controllers instead of sliding on and off. They snap to the sides. The video also showed that the controller could slide around surface similar to the way a mouse does and snap into accessories. In the initial Switch 2 announcement, Nintendo also revealed that the dock had more rounded shape than the one included with the first Switch. Uh, if I'm being honest, I wish that they still have like ideas, or just not ideas, use the old dock for something. But I guess if you wanna upgrade or just move into Switch 2, that thing is just that's it. The dock, the Switch 1 is going to be there. I wish they implemented more ideas and more tech connecting with Switch 1 and 2. But I don't know. I think they did with Game Shared, which is one of the coolest thing Nintendo does. But they did it back in Nintendo 3DS era. Now they bringing it back to Switch 2, which is I respect that. Kudos to Nintendo for bringing back that game share. So basically, you guy, maybe your family member have like one game, like family game that you really want to buy, but you don't have to buy it. Just use your Nintendo Switch, and then just the person that who bought your family member who bought that game can share the game file to you, so you can just play without buying another buy another game, just buy the game. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But going back to this, okay, I'm going to change to another article. But okay, I'm going to talk about the pricing. $450 said that it was like reasonable, but no, it's not reasonable if I'm being honest. In this economy, They should have just make this game the console for 100. Uh, Nintendo Switch came out for 300 something dollars. I don't remember. They should just have those prices increase, not that much, but they have bundle for 500, basically same as like PlayStation 4 launch back in 2013. And I understand why this like the upscale. They upscale everything 120 hertz display, 1080p, 1080, 4K resolution, and then the magnet for the Joy-Con, and then much more. I don't know what is it. Oh yeah, the mouse thing, and then the fan on the dock. So basically, I understand. And the game, especially when you buy that 500 bundle, you get this Mario Kart game, the new Mario Kart game. But for it was released that the game was $80 digital, which is crazy to think about. Nintendo has been the guy, I'm gonna say the guy or just the company who always not supporting their consumer, always pushing the limits of their pricing. Like Zelda, the Zelda game they released, it was $70, but it was not good on the system. They kind of pushed the limit of the console, even though the game was great. But there's some moments that the console cannot even properly just have this game. They just like pushing their power like to 100, pushing more than 100. But and then this console, they offer like the free upgrade, not free upgrade. They upgrade. Now they didn't say on the presentation. I don't know how much that like the last year's game have how much that we will have to pay or you're going to pay for that upgrade to 60 FPS, because the game, remember, the game came out on Nintendo Switch. They pushed the limits, 30 FPS. Now it's 60 FPS, more lighting or some, just upscaling everything. I think they should give this game like free upgrade, like the game that they're going to upscale, like Zelda Breath of the Wild, and then the Zelda 2 Breath of the Wild 2, and then the Mario Party Jamboree. They should have given player free upgrade, especially when they bought it, and then they have to experience those kind of frame drop. They should give it for free, at least not go all out for 30. I don't know. Should upgrade for $10 or $5. Oh yeah, I almost forget that they released a tech demo for the Switch 2, and people must pay if you want to know everything, every feature in the Nintendo Switch, which is ridiculous. If Sony did that with Astrobot, people will be mad. I will be mad. Same with not. I think it's only PlayStation. With that tech demo, a game tech demo. This not a game, but just tech demo. Like giving the players who bought this Switch just experience. Oh, this feature is for this feature for that. Why people have to pay those? Just don't make any sense. And then this game right here, Mario Kart World Tour. It's $80 back again. Remember, Zelda was 70. But there's a big but, huge but. Games before Nintendo already released games for $70. NBA 2K, if I remember correctly, and some games, I don't know. But I know NBA 2K did it, like releasing game at full price for 70, and then the rest follow suit. I hope I'm not wrong, but I remember the only one who released like this early PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X launch, they released game for $70. I don't remember, but I remember NBA was like the front man of those $70 releases. But we know that when the hardware is powerful and then technology is getting more and more detailed and more accurate, they just said, you know what, $70. Now that Nintendo is going to be the front man of this another revolution of just releasing game for $80 for this is digital, not physical. Physical is gonna be 10 plus $10. It's gonna be 90. Then it's going to be a miserable year. The next 2 3 years for gamers who have to put up with this. And I don't like people defending this. Like say, hey, back then they released a game for 50, 60, $70, which is yes, they did it, but economy back then was different from now. Now technology is changing. Technology is getting bigger. Companies getting more greedy. Economy is now garbage. Job was not that secure currently. Not back then maybe have you have a job secure, but now is I don't know the what if. It's just ridiculous to put 90 $80 MSRP for Mario Kart. This is not even GTA. If you release the type of like GTA kind of game, and then you can free world and then kill a boy, or you kill a kid, can kill a kid, and story mode was amazing and everything, just pushing boundaries of this console, then I would gladly pay $80 for that game. But this is a Mario Kart racing game. Why not? If you put maybe the old from Mario Kart 1 to 9 or 8, every single stage on that game, and put it here, and then included this world tour, then I will like. I mean, they included all, so I guess 80 is okay, but okay in the quotation mark. I'm still not going to buy it. I'm going to buy it when it was, and when they're going to be um discounted. Right now it's just for release, and this is like a racing game. Who cares about racing game? Especially if you Mario Kart fan, you're going to buy this. But for me, like, who cares? It should be different type of game. If you release a Zelda game with different kind of thing, combining Zelda 1, Zelda 2 into a collection HD, then $80. I'm gonna give it a pass, but I'm going to wait on sales. It was ridiculous. The price is ridiculous, and then the SD card. I talk about the SD card. You cannot use your old SD card. You have to use the Express SD card, which is oh my god. So basically, when you bought it for maybe if you wanna buy the bundle edition 500, get $500. You pay $500. 256, still a good deal. But remember, I have a lot of games. I wanna buy another SD card. You cannot use your SD card. Why they didn't have like a slot for your old one and the new one? The SD card, the original regular SD card, and then the Express SD card. So basically, you can bounce one of two. Is that hard? I don't know why they not implemented that to their game system. Now you have to pay. I think it's 50 or $44 or $45, like the another 256 GB. So basically, the old SD card is gonna be. I know you can put it in, but I don't know. It's going to read it. I don't know. It's basically pointless to have those like 256, and then you cannot use it because you have to use the express card because it can read more faster. Certain games can use the old SD card. If the players like maybe yourself who owns a lot of Switch game, maybe you could put certain games on that SD card, like put it on there and then have fun with those. The other one can have this fast track. So it's just stupid if I'm being honest. PlayStation 5 have you can use your hard disk and your SSD. So basically, if you wanna buy an NVM2 SSD, you can put your PlayStation 5 games there, and then you can have an external hard disk for your PlayStation 4 games. So basically, it's not that fast, but at least it still works, and you can still play your games. I don't know. I think people's going to make their third party SD card or just for your old SD card so you can play. I think they're going to do third party is going to do it, but not using your old SD card, it's going to be weird. Not suck. It's going to be weird because you just meaningless to use your old one. I think it's going to work, but I don't know. After that, I don't know. And then the game itself, the cartridge is red, but there's a huge asterisk with that game. Number one, it's not going to be the game that you buy or you bought. It's not on the cartridge. The game will be a game key kind of downloaded. Number one, why? Number two, why the fuck you do that? I understand if you want to against piracy or just I don't Damage Jeff video where he bought that kind of like SD card like the Nintendo Switch game loader. You put your game and then you copy the whole data and then you don't have to put your game cartridge on the Switch itself, which is it's cool, but I know people is going to misusing that and then uh, just borrow someone's cartridge and then they're copying file and then you don't give it back. I understand that, but piracy is going to happen either way, guys. This life, you cannot escape piracy. The only one to escape piracy is just keep making shit good, not making consumer to buy a lot of things. They want to be respected. With this, piracy is getting more popular for Switch. If it number one, prices. If price is not that bad, maybe piracy will not happen to certain games. But this game key, even though some people defend it, like, hey, the game key is still good, you can sell it, but what happened if those games like getting cancelled or just not cancelled, just the service just drop? What happened? I know you still downloaded it, but certain games may be license getting taken. What happened to those games? Or the service is down. I cannot play it offline. The first time, yes, you can download it, but things if went south or things went wrong, what happened? You cannot do something about it. The Switch game cartridge, the Switch game cartridge was something good. Yes, people misusing, but you have to figure things out. Figure this shit out together. Ask the community what they think about this kind of stuff, and you must fixing it. You think about it. Think about talk to your community. Talk about to a developer and how to make sure that this game cannot be pirated. But this kind of stuff, making sure that you put it the cartridge, download like a little bit of like data, and then you have to download, and then after you download all the game data, and you can play offline. It's just too much. Just put in, game's done. You can play it. You don't have to install shit. It's just simple, man. You don't have to do a lot of bullshit. Now you have to do a lot of bullshit with this. I don't get it. I think it's ridiculous and taking my time. as a gamer if I bought or just buy this. With this, so much thing that I want cool in this console. Don't get me wrong, but there's so much asterisk, and the prices or just the cons are too many. The cons of number one, the cartridge, the red cartridge is just the game key. It's not good for everybody. Basically, you kind of hindered the players who want to play this game, especially a family member who wants to like enjoy the game. Especially, I remember that game cartridge in Switch One. If you put it on your console, the game recognizes as, oh, you're my master, but you want to just give it to someone that you know, and then they try it and then got blocked. Game sharing is important. I understand it's not good, especially with technology is getting great, and then you can basically use that cartridge like in the Damage Jeff video. There's about that kind of like reader, cartridge reader, and then you can play without the cartridge. Yes, I understand, but things like this is just not good for the long run. If things just, I want to play the game and then you have to download it, it's just wasting my time. If you like download it and then the game stays there forever, like on your stuff, and then get read to your library, you you put it and then you don't have to put your cartridge again. Okay, I'm cool, but you have to put it again. It's just wasting time. So yeah, that's one thing about the Switch. It's just cool console, but so much cons, and there is an asterisk that you need to listen and read by yourself. But it's cool console again, but not good for long run. The prices, it's nuts, but and then again, the prices with this $90. If GTA 6 came out with 100, I don't know. I'm not going to buy that. I'm going to buy shoes with that money. But nah, I love the GTA series, but the company with this is going to crash the whole gaming industry with this kind of behavior. If Nintendo, one of the biggest, the third biggest, like in the market of like the big three, they're like the third, the J. Cole. They're going to like, if the number three, the J. Cole, release a $90 game, the others going to follow soon, which is bad, 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 bad. So there's already criticism and a protest from the community, which is good. I think if they don't buy it, hopefully Nintendo Switch is going to drop there. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. People's going to pre-order this no matter what. Scalpers gonna get into it, and then the price is not going to drop. It's not going to happen again like the Nintendo 3DS when they released it back then, when it was $300 if I remember correctly, or $200, and then they dropped the Nintendo 3DS to 150 if I remember correctly. But again, this is bad for the gaming industry if they release this $90 game. I don't agree with the things they did. Put it everything from the pricing, and then the cartridges, and then the SD card. I don't agree with it, especially the tech demo. I don't agree with it. But overall, they put out a good showcase. Elden Ring is going to be here, which is good if you want to challenge yourself and holding a handheld. You can play Elden Ring, and then they're FromSoft like exclusive for Nintendo, which is cool, good for them. But the rest is just ooh, so many cons. But that's it. That's one thing about the Switch. What do you think about the Switch? Are you going to pre-order it? I'm not. I'm not. But that's it. That's one thing. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.